Hello everyone, my name is Christian and today I will show you how to change the engine oil and filter on a Subaru Outback. This is a 2018 model year with the standard 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine. Other model years are similar. But first, why would you do this yourself instead of taking the car to a shop? Because you can use the oil of your choice. The oil will have the proper viscosity and feel level. You will replace the filter with a good quality one. You will tighten the drain plug at the correct torque. You may save some money too, and learn a new skill in the process. The vehicle has just been driven and the engine is warm. Carefully drive the vehicle up on two ramps that are rated to support the vehicle with a high safety factor. This car weighs about 3,600 pounds, while the ramps can support a vehicle of up to 12,000 pounds. That's a good 3.3 safety factor. The way I do it, I press the acceleration pedal slowly with the right foot while keeping the left foot on the brake. As soon as the front wheels get to the top of the ramps, I brake and put the vehicle in park. Then I engage the parking brake and come out to make sure the car sits properly on ramps. I also leave some space in front of the vehicle to make sure it doesn't hit anything in the unfortunate event that it falls off the ramps. In that case, it's good to have ramps that can fit under the side rails when the vehicle is level. Once the vehicle sits properly on ramps, turn off the engine and add a wedge at each rear wheel for additional protection in case the car would roll back. Then, place cardboard sheets and a suitable oil drain pan under the engine shield. Here are the tools and supplies we will need in addition to the oil. Pop up, open and support the hood with the rod if needed. This model has gas springs and no rod, but the newer models have rods. Unscrew the yellow oil fill cap and store it upside down in a clean place. Moving under the engine shield, identify the drain plug. Using a ratchet with a 14mm socket, turn the drain plug counterclockwise until the drain plug becomes loose. Place the oil pan in a location where it's ready to catch the flowing oil. Wear protective gloves and make sure the used oil doesn't contact your skin. If it does, wash it off as soon as possible. Turn the drain plug by hand and hold it until it's ready to come out, then move it out of the way quickly. The used dark oil will start flowing into the pan. Adjust the pan location as necessary to catch all oil. If anything is spilled, it can be cleaned later. Screw the oil fill cap back loosely to prevent any debris from falling in. The drain plug has the old sealing washer on it. Remove the washer and discard it immediately to prevent it from being reused by mistake. Clean and store the drain plug. Remove the 14mm socket and place an appropriate filter removal tool on the ratchet. The tool should fit snugly on the top of the filter. If it's too loose, you may add some paper towels between the tool and filter to make it tight. Turn the filter counterclockwise and remove it. Here's the old filter. Make sure the rubber gasket is on the filter, otherwise it may be stuck on the engine. Clean up all used oil from the filter cup and sealing surface with paper towels. Make sure there's no debris or dirt on the sealing surface. Next, put on the new filter, in this case a high-quality Mobil 1 M1-110A that fits this specific vehicle. It is rated to last up to 20,000 miles or 1 year. Here's how it looks out of the box. And this is an unopened oil bottle. To open it up, place the bottle on a level surface and remove the cap. Cut the aluminum seal in half with a cutter, peel off both halves of the seal and discard them. Make sure nothing falls into the bottle. Take a few drops of oil out of the bottle and spread them on the new filter gasket, then put the lid back on the bottle to prevent an accidental spill. Screw the new oil filter onto the engine fitting, turning it clockwise by hand. Stop as soon as you feel the gasket has touched the sealing surface. Using a light color wax crayon, draw a mark at the edge of the filter in the direction facing the front of the car. Tighten the filter by hand between 3/4 of a turn and 1 turn in the clockwise direction. Keep turning until you feel significant resistance, but do not over-tighten. The position of the mark shows how much the filter has been tightened, in this case about 7/8 of a turn. Wipe off the engine oil pan and shield around the drain plug hole with a paper towel. Put a new sealing washer on the clean drain plug. The washer can be oriented either way, although I prefer to have the flat surface facing the drain plug flange. The convex surface then will come in contact with the oil pan. This is a special compression sealing washer that has to be purchased in advance. Do not use any other type of washer in its place. Wipe off the drain plug sealing surface with a paper towel and install the plug by hand. Using a ratchet with a 14 mm socket, turn the plug until you start feeling some resistance, but do not tighten yet. Move the 14 mm socket to a torque wrench and set the torque to 27 foot-pounds. Actually, the specification for this drain plug is 31 foot-pounds, but anything between 25 and 30 foot-pounds will do the job. I've chosen 27 foot-pounds to minimize the stress and wear on the drain plug and oil pan threads, but if you prefer to go by the book, you can set it to 31 foot-pounds. Turn the wrench clockwise slowly until the washer is fully compressed and you hear and feel the click. Wait about 30 seconds, then turn it again until it clicks, just to make sure the correct torque was achieved. Don't forget to reset the torque wrench to minimum or it may lose its calibration. Fun fact: if the drain plug is torqued at 31 foot-pounds, what is the force crushing the washer against the oil pan? I put together this calculation that you can follow by going from the top of the table to the bottom. The result is 3,220 pounds of force, almost as much as the entire car's weight. In the owner's manual for this particular 2.5-liter engine, we find out that we should use 0W20 synthetic oil and that oil and filter change capacity is 5.1 quarts. That's exactly what we have here, Mobil 1 0W20 extended performance oil, guaranteed to last up to 20,000 miles or 1 year. Also, the bottle holds 5 quarts, just a little less than the change capacity. Assuming all the used oil was drained out, we may be able to pour this entire bottle without worrying if we put too much or too little. Other cars have odd capacities and you'd have to be more careful about how much you put in. Remove the loose oil fill cap and place a clean funnel into the filling hole. Make sure the funnel sits properly and won't tumble when the oil is poured. Slowly pour the entire contents of the bottle into the funnel. Leave the bottle on the funnel to drain, but you don't have to wait until the last drop. Remove the funnel and tighten the oil fill cap until you feel reasonable resistance. Do not over-tighten. Now it's a good time to fill the windshield washer reservoir if you'd like. If you live in an area with seasonal cold weather, use only the type that doesn't freeze at -20 degrees Fahrenheit. Remove the used oil pan with oil from under the vehicle and make sure there's nothing else in the way when you back the vehicle off the ramps. Here, I made quite a mess trying to catch the used oil in the pan. Close the hood and remove the wedges from the rear wheels. Go inside the vehicle and turn the engine on. While holding the brake, release the parking brake and put the drive lever in reverse. Make sure there's nobody or nothing behind the vehicle, then release the brake and let the vehicle slowly roll off the ramps. Press the brake lightly to control the movement. It's actually easier than it seems. Take the vehicle out into an open space and put it in park. Let the engine run until it reaches operating temperature. The gauge hand should get approximately in the middle of the dial, but today it's cold outside and these Subaru engines take forever to warm up. So I'll stop here with the temperature somewhat lower than what needs to be. It's not good to idle the engine for an extended time. Move the vehicle to a level place, if not already there, put it in park and turn off the engine, then wait for about 10 minutes for the oil to settle into the pan. This is a good time to pour the used engine oil into the bottle. Drain the pan and oil filter as much as possible into the same bottle. Tighten the bottle cap and mark the bottle for disposal. Whenever you have the chance, dispose of this oil at a facility that accepts it. We can use this opportunity to figure out how much oil this engine has used since the previous oil change. It looks like we have about 4.5 quarts here. Since I put in 5 quarts last time, that means the engine has used about half a quart over 6,000 miles. Not bad. Once the 10 minutes have passed, pull the oil dipstick out of the engine and wipe it off well with a clean paper towel. Insert the oil dipstick back into the engine until it's fully seated, wait for about 2 seconds and pull it out. Move the dipstick to a well-lit area and inspect the oil level on both sides. It should be between min and max. In this case, it's close to the max, which is what I want. If the engine uses about half a quart in 6,000 miles, it means at the next oil change, the level will be halfway between min and max. Usually, it takes about a quart to raise the level from min to max. Insert the dipstick back and push it fully in. Take a last look at the engine bay. Make sure everything is right. Oil fill cap tight, dipstick in, windshield washer cap closed. Close the hood. Clean everything up and put all the tools back in their place. Write down the mileage and date in the maintenance log inside the booklet. Speaking of that, how often should we change the oil on this vehicle? According to the maintenance schedule, every 6,000 miles or 1 year for normal driving conditions. On the other hand, Mobil 1 claims their extended performance oil can last up to 20,000 miles. So what's a happy in between? It depends on your driving style and conditions, but to be on the safe side, I would not exceed 7,500 to 8,000 miles between changes. Unless your engine has excessive oil consumption, you won't need to add any more oil during this interval. And that's all. Thank you for watching this video. Please press the like button if you found it useful and subscribe to my new channel, The 10 Minute Point, for future informational videos. Have a great day.